welcome again to another episode of The Walking Dead
Happy
Reviews.
Easter!
No, that's next week.
It's the first Sunday of April.
Oh, 2
Spring
weeks.
break, bitch!
Hey.
Woo!
Yes. Thank God.
And again, I forgot to look up the name of this episode.
You gotta put up a whole lot of confetti and fucking eggs. Oh no, you're not animating these, huh?
Mm-mm.
Now I feel stupid.
What's today's date?
The 25th.
25th. Oh, yeah, 25th. Yeah, you're right. All right. So let's start off. Well, we didn't watch the actual beginning of the episode. We came a couple minutes in late. But we started off with Simon tired of fucking Maggie's shit. And tells Maggie that they can kill their prisoners. Or the prisoners that they had from the Saviors. Any comments on that?
Like, lol. Sorry, Maggie.
No, but
Is people...
I mean, I got more written down here about that scene specifically. But I mean, that's the intro scene that we came to. Where like,
yeah.
from what I gathered, Maggie had set up a trap for Simon and his people, right?
Yeah.
And it worked, right?
Well, you know, kind of.
That's what I got from it.
I mean, it worked to the extent that they killed a bunch of saviors, but
at expense. I see what you're saying. Yeah. Because later on we find out that the weapons that Simon had were tainted with zombie blood.
Ain't that some shit though? Like that. Like I didn't even think about that being a fighting tactic.
Yeah,
because I saw Negan do it, but I didn't it didn't click for me.
Yeah.
That obviously everybody would be doing that.
Yeah, correct.
That's awesome. Finally.
Finally, they're using the zombies to their advantage.
It's like, duh. It's 63 minutes, apparently, so... Yeah. That's cool.
63 minutes? What the fuck?
Yeah, because remember, homie died, at 2:13?
Yeah, 2:13.
And then, at 3:26... Yeah.
Austin 316!
Yeah, at 3... Yeah, exactly. Stone Cold. 3:16, they're stone cold. So...
you're jumping ahead of my points, but yeah, definitely 63 minutes. Let's see. Daryl comes out. Oh, yeah. How'd you guys think of fucking Daryl's introduction to this episode?
Do you want to...
Well, yeah, you did mention that you're tired of fucking Daryl.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
With his mopey ass. He's like, Daryl... I don't know. It's like before he used to be kind of like that lone wolf, badass.
Now he's just grumpy.
Clear shit out and then everything's cool, you know what I mean? But yeah, I feel like, well, no, I probably shouldn't say it because I'm not too assertive.
Well, they're keeping him because he's eye candy. Nah, dude, lots of chicks are like, oh yeah, Daryl, yeah, schlick. And I'm sure there's some dudes out there too that dig that Daryl vibe, you know, and it's that's what it is. I did
hear some theory back, YouTube shit, but how potentially Daryl was maybe gay.
In the show?
Yeah.
That's funny. They're never gonna fucking say that one. They're not gonna kill it for a huge fan base.
He can go by.
Nah, that takes away from Daryl's masculinity, you know.
Anyways, yeah, okay. So I wrote down here Maggie fucks up Simon's group, and yeah, but then we talked about how they had poisoned their weapons, so now Maggie's group is all. This was a Hilltops episode, huh?
Yeah.
We only stayed at the Hilltop. I just noticed that. I wrote down here Morgan is seeing ghosts, and at the time when I wrote this, I didn't realize that the ghost he was seeing was that dude that used to work for Negan. Remember?
What's the connection there, though?
Well, the connection was that he was always the one that traded with the Hilltop, and at one of those trades,
no, not it was the Kingdom.
The Kingdom.
That's
yes,
how we met
yes,
them.
Sorry, the Kingdom. You're right.
Oh, right. When that one boy died, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
Okay.
So yeah, Yeah, so any comments on, like, do you guys know what the fuck he means by when he the ghost keeps saying you know what it is? Because I don't know what the fuck it is.
No, but it when he was seeing the ghost, he'd have these like headache things or whatever, and he's been having those for a very long time.
So you think he's been seeing him
So
for a while?
like Morgan's like fucking batshit crazy.
Yeah, I couldn't read too deep into it because every time he would say that, I was just thinking of all the rap songs that ever featured that. You know what it is.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
Oh shit! Well, I guess it's safe to say that we don't know what it is.
Wah, wah.
Let's see. Daryl's being moody towards Tara, and I think you mentioned that too. That's why you're not liking Daryl.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, another scene where Daryl's fucking moody.
Yeah, he's all up in his feelings like a gay bitch. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, I'm having these feelings, but
Like a gay bitch?
well, I'm just
Oh,
I'm
sorry.
talking shit just because. What I really mean is that, you know, for Daryl being the character that he's been for the past, what is it, season 7 now?
Yeah.
For the
No,
past,
8.
Oh shit, 8. All right. Well, for the past 7 seasons leading up to this, the character that we've come to know Daryl to be,
It's not so moody.
at least, well, I mean, I don't know. This has been going on for like maybe 2-3 seasons now.
Yeah.
So up until that point, like I always thought of Daryl as kind of like this lone wolf, ahead of the pack, gonna clear out space, and then once you guys come, then we're ready, you know, type thing. But like, as a couple seasons ago,
He's been
just
more,
kind
yeah.
of like this lethargic. What the fuck?
I'll give I'll give you that one. He has been more lethargic and shit, but he's always been kind of like an emo bitch, with his like with his brother and shit, not knowing to stay if to stay with Rick or to go with his brother and shit. And then after he ditches his brother, he feels bad for a couple episodes, and then he meets him again.
For a couple of episodes, not a couple of seasons.
The point is
And only
that to
reason
me,
he felt bad was because he didn't know where Merle was, bro.
Yeah.
Come on, y'all
well,
knew.
my point is that to me, Daryl's always been this emo little girl. So, I mean, that's just my take of it. I don't see this as out of character, but I do agree with you that they're like laying on it too heavily nowadays, you know? So.
It's like they don't know what to do with this character, so they just kind of. Well, with a lot of the characters, really, this episode, dude, with all the feelings.
Well, they had to like, they needed filler.
Oh, I wanted to mention how like his theory of like skipping every other episode is still true because
Yeah, I
like-
could have. Well, no, because had I skipped this episode, I wouldn't have seen that cool fight scene in the beginning.
yeah,
Yeah,
but
and also-
And that's why I watch these episodes for all that gore.
well,
You wouldn't have known what was going on when all of a sudden the zombies infiltrate Hilltop. Because in the last episode is when we find out that, you know, Negan and his crew taint the weaponry.
well, I think it would have only mattered had they killed someone important. But
That's true.
did they kill anybody?
Nobody
important?
died that was important. Not yet.
Or at least not important to the show.
Yeah.
You could argue that those people might still be important to the community, but
Meh.
when it comes to the show itself,
Meh.
They're not willing to risk the most important people, so.
Yeah.
Well, they did kill Carl, so
My point exactly.
ended. And so you keep on saying it. It's like it doesn't matter. He should have stayed.
I've always been team fuck Carl since the beginning.
Yeah, he's so stupid.
I never liked that kid.
See, I turned something negative into positive for the Walking Dead episodes that we do a drinking game. And like one of the rules was anytime like Carl like disappears, anytime someone like calls out for him, it's like a shot.
yeah.
And the Carl clause alone would get me kind of buzzed, dude. Like, woo, Coral. Yeah, that there was like one season where it's like I think like he said coral.
Yeah, he
like,
wasn't
fucking,
saying
like
Carl.
12 times, and I'm just like, oh my god. Those are like the worst hangovers.
Oh shit! All right.
But
Let's see. Oh yeah, Maggie's bloodlust towards Negan. I guess this was her story arc in this episode, where like at the beginning of the episode, she's like, "Fuck all of Negan's people. I want them dead." And then at the end of the episode, it's like, "All right, there's some good prisoners here. Maybe not all of Negan's people's dead." You know what I mean?
Why'd you have to say bloodlust?
Well, because it is bloodlust. She wants fucking Negan's people's dead.
That makes it sound sexy.
Oh my god.
Wow.
You're just focusing on the lust part.
What was it in Blade, the blood rave, where it's like they have they turn the showers and it just like sprays blood and everybody's all like ah. That's what I think of.
Oh, you think of blood? Well, it's kind of the same.
Bloodlust.
Well, it's kind of the same. That's actually good imagery for it. That's actually pretty good imagery for it because that's what it is. It's someone who's hungry just to see people dead. You know, blood everywhere. You know, bloodlust. Anyways, I guess you guys don't really have anything to say about that, but yeah, that's Maggie's arc in this episode, I think.
That Lesbo bodyguard was like totally like Lesbo for Maggie.
Yeah.
I think you're a really good leader. I know that you're a good leader before, but last night, woo, she was like wet. It was funny.
Staring intensely into her
Yeah, and Maggie's just like, I don't know, at what cost? And then like Lesbo's like, oh, you're so cute, you know, when you self-doubt.
eyes. Maggie's like, am I down for some dildo action?
And some
So,
that stupid kid.
another emotional scene that Robert hated was with Carol and her boyfriend.
I'm gonna throw in the fact that I hated it.
Well, I mean, you're not the only one. Like,
I hated
I
it.
wrote down later that we basically tune out whenever there's like emotional talk and shit.
Sure.
Feelings.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, they're talking. Like, I'm gonna go get food.
We just want action out of this fucking shit.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
You know,
I want the gore. Like when they're like cutting like amputating people's hands and shit. I'm like, you.
That's another
You.
point I wrote down.
why,
Yeah.
why can't they have these serious kinds of conversations, especially now at this point? Because like, it's safe to say everyone's kind of, what's the word for it? Accustomed to the way things are.
Yep.
So like to have these moments where they're looking at each other all puppy-eyed and like really trying to like play up the whole emotional end of things is like, no, fuck that. Why can't they have the same conversation while they're patching someone up or amputating some shit? You know what I mean? It's like, I think it'd be a little bit more effective actually.
It moved the story along for damn sure.
Yeah.
I know, it's fucking loud as playing.
Anyways, back to the point. Like, why haven't they thought of doing some shit like that? You know what I mean?
Because what they're trying to do is drag the episodes.
Exactly, and it's expensive to create action sequences, so...
Yeah.
I mean, come on. They have the sets. They have the props already. They can make it seem without
I mean, look, I'm not gonna proclaim how much.
It's more cost effective to do it the way they're doing.
Exactly. Like I'm pretty sure it costs a pretty penny to get some of these effects.
They
done.
just
it
what they
costs them
do.
their viewership too, though.
No, what they're doing is like we want the gore, right? So they'll like give us like a little bacon treat of it every now and then.
Yeah,
Just
I
so
know,
like
a fucking puppy dog.
just to keep us asking for more.
Exactly.
That's it. That's
I'm a fucking puppy dog.
Let's see. Carol's coming to accept life as it really is.
Dude, Carl's
Oh.
dead.
I remember
Carol, bitch, not Carl.
Coral. Kind of backing it up a little bit when shit was going down, with the noise that everybody's a heavy sleeper. Because
Oh.
like I mean I am like
Well, okay. Well, you're moving ahead of me because like okay.
that happened before.
No. Because I'm talking about Carol coming to accept the world as is because like it's at the point where she's talking emotions with her boyfriend and shit.
Yeah.
He's still alive, and fucking I was writing down that Carol is like because I didn't hear the conversation. I was asking
Okay.
you guys, but the impression that I got was that she's coming to accept the fact that like life is about the way it is now, where like they gotta kill to survive and shit. Because remember, I was arguing how like Carol at a certain point was upset over the way things were, the fact that she had to kill and all this shit.
Yeah.
But now with her boyfriend, like the impression I got, because I missed out on the conversation, so the impression I got
Yeah.
was that she was coming to accept the fact that you know what, this
Sometimes
is life
you're gonna
now.
have to be
Yeah.
killing.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why I wrote that down, and that was prior to the dude turning into a zombie. And the conversation you're trying to bring up right now is the fact that like we were arguing.
Oh really?
That,
I thought it happened before.
No,
Okay.
no. Yeah. So you're moving ahead of me, but let's get on to that, because Carol's boyfriend turns into a zombie, and fucking starts eating up everybody. And like, okay, I'll accept that the first two people he was able to take down quietly. But
Well,
from
because
in,
yeah, no one's in the area, so it's like okay, no one heard them scream. Fine.
exactly, yeah.
Fine.
But come on,
Yeah.
like he was like him and his like the people he turned were able to turn like half the camp into
Like-
fucking zombies before anybody screamed out of pain. Like you'd think like the first person would be, "Ah!"
Oh my god,
You fucking startled me.
you're too loud.
But I'm just saying, you get my point. Like
Yeah, for real though, like because it's like at one point I thought that it's like maybe because everybody's asleep, they just smell really bad.
Yeah.
You know, like they're dead.
Yeah, that's-
So it's like the zombies just like walked past them, but then it's like all of a sudden the zombies started like munching on
Yeah.
everybody, and I'm like, see, it's bullshit. Like,
yeah, this show is lapsing a little bit on some logical points from time to
just
time.
like whatever.
So,
And then that one zombie that just like fucking nose dived down the stairs. I thought that was pretty funny.
I missed that
That
point.
shit was funny. It just like fucking.
Oh.
Oh, it was that zombie that we were
Nobody
questioning.
wakes up or
And-
bothers to.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no
yeah.
one woke up to that.
But speaking to that point, I do have a question for you guys about that. Was everyone that was sleeping in that den somewhere or another injured?
Yeah, that's the
I
given
think so.
idea.
Because if that's
Yeah.
the case, then it would make sense as to why they might not wake up.
Oh, because
Well-
everybody has a fever.
Oh, okay. Well, okay, you bring up a good point.
Way to defend him.
I know, serio.
That's a
I'm
good
not
one.
trying to.
No, that was a good one. That's good. Yeah, everybody's feverish, so it's like no one gives a fuck about the noise. They're just like, oh my god, I feel like death. And then
Okay, that's a good point.
they died.
All right, well, you gave him a way out, motherfucker.
Yeah.
My name is. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
If you were
Yeah.
connected to the studio somehow.
Yeah, I
I'd
take
be happy to-
I take cash.
PayPal.
Let's talk about the little kid. fucking-
stupid Milton.
Yeah. Oh, was that his name? I didn't even catch
don't know
his name.
He's the little bastard that Morgan decided was gonna train, right?
Was
No,
it?
the younger brother. Morgan trained that
Oh,
Prince
right,
kid
right,
or whatever,
right, yeah.
and then his younger brother, that little blonde kid, that's the little shit.
Yeah.
I'm just calling him Milton.
What a idiot. I
You
mean, I guess.
stupid kid.
Nah,
No,
there's no
like,
way to defend. The
he was
action that he took.
stupid.
There were
That-
holes in that fucking fence that they were locked behind.
There's no reason for him to have gone inside.
Yeah.
It was
He's a
36
stupid little
men.
kid.
He's a boy.
Yeah.
He chose to open that gate and walk in there alone with a gun. What the fuck does he expect to happen?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the only excuse, and it's not an excuse, it's just he's still a dumb kid, but like, story-wise, it makes sort of sense because kids are fucking stupid. And I could see an idiot kid doing that just based on the fact
Yup.
that he's like running on his emotions,
Yep.
you know? It's like, no, I'm the big boy now. I'm a man.
That's-
I gotta kill the man who killed my
Yeah.
brother.
Again, though.
Our
Again, though.
president of the United States.
Let's not take this political, alright? I want to stay away from politics.
I'm not being political.
And no pun intended, but the fence that they were locked in had clear gaps in it.
Oh yeah, for
There
sure.
was no reason for him to step
Yeah.
inside of
Like
No, yeah, I agree. Yeah, yeah.
He could-
Stupid
if he
kid.
wanted
How did he
to,
get the
could've
key?
Just threatened them from the outside. Ooh, good
Oh,
question.
that's what he took. Remember?
Oh yeah.
That was the scene where, yeah, with
the
Carol.
clock.
Yeah,
With the
yeah.
clock.
He was around the scene with Carol talking to her boyfriend, and he took
Yeah.
the key and everything. Remember, we were asking like, "What the fuck did that kid take?"
Yeah.
It was a key.
There
So-
we go.
Hey,
Good job.
I like having these talks because we get to fucking solve some mysteries that we might have had.
Solve some
Smart enough to
mysteries.
steal a key from Carol. but dumb
Yeah.
Again, he's running on emotions, bitch. He's running on
He's
emotions.
running
enough.
on
And that one,
emotions.
That's just retarded writing.
Retarded, right?
Let's see. They finally wake up when someone being eaten finally screams. Remember that?
Yeah. Oh, someone's dying now.
How'd you guys feel about Rick like starting to amputate fucking people's arms?
Yeah, totally.
I was wondering when they'd bring that back.
Yeah.
I know, right?
For a while, it's just been saying like, oh, he got bit. Nah, he's
Didn't it happen like when it first happened? When he first made that split decision was with Herschel, right?
Yeah.
To save Herschel's life by chopping off his leg and
Yeah.
shit. And Herschel, I remember like Herschel was ready to die. He was like, "Save me! I want to die!" Fucking Rick's like, "Fuck you!" Let's see. Oh, in other words, okay, so I want to bring up the point how like we all predicted that like the kid was gonna get overpowered by the prisoners
Yeah.
and shit like that. But they went a different route with it by like releasing the zombies first, like having the zombies.
Yeah, where did that bitch come in from? Oh, well, probably one of their guys was infected, right? 'Cause
Who?
They were caught.
Oh yeah, okay, now I know what you're talking about. Like the zombie chick that was like fucking in the prison grounds and shit. Yeah, how did she come up? Well, yeah, I guess the assumption is that she got hit by one of Negan's weapons and shit.
Because those are the ones that went in but got captured.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, let's see. We finally realized everyone's turning because of Negan's weapons. We already talked about that.
Oh, no Negan this episode.
No.
Oh shit, that's right. No Negan.
No.
God damn it.
He's still knocked out in that truck.
You just like evading the episode.
Wow.
He's gonna come out next episode. I guarantee it.
Well, he has to.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it kind of pisses me off though how it's like we never really get any look into the character
Little
that
big-
is Negan.
Little bacon treats until.
Yes, exactly. And they just
Until-
kind of pop them in and out and stuff, and it's like, dudes,
Blip, blip.
it's not even worth it.
That's how you get the
you guys are
mid-season
treating
finale
me like-
stuff.
'Cause it's
Fucking.
been what? It's been last season and this season, right?
Mhm.
Or has it been since season 6 that we've been with this Negan character?
I want to say, let's see. We opened up with Glenn getting his head smashed in this season.
No,
So yeah, we've been with
That
Negan.
was-
Wasn't this season?
That was last season, bro.
Was it already last?
Yeah, dude. That's what I'm saying.
Holy shit! We've been with Negan for 3 seasons then, right?
No, it's
No,
two.
no, two. I think it's
Two
It's
seasons?
two.
It started at the start of 7, I think.
All right.
Because 6 was the cannibals, right?
It's all blur at
Yeah.
this point.
For real though.
Rightfully so. Fuck this show. This show does not deserve any of your memory.
Yeah, we still keep watching. Well, I keep watching because, like I said, I despite the fact that it's like gotten to this kind of degree of like shit, I still enjoy it. I still enjoy it, especially because we talk about it. I think the talking about it helps me to enjoy it even more.
Definitely.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So
That part's been cool.
yeah, we're pissed off at the fact that they said that The Walking Dead was gonna be on for 2 fucking hours,
Yep.
Yeah.
and instead we get the terror.
I
I
was
was- I
starting
was
to like that
curious.
piece of shit episode, but then it abruptly ends in some bullshit. I
Yeah.
don't know what starts and what the fuck.
Cause yeah.
'Cause, Pokemon.
Fucking Eddie.
Hey, shut up. I'm
Come on, you're not even with this bitch.
I'm really high, dude.
Alright, well, let's close this episode then. Let's. I guess the last thing to do is to grade this episode. For me, out of 10, I'd probably give this a 7. Cause like it wasn't that terrible. I've definitely seen some worse
So
episodes,
funny. You're being so generous.
but it wasn't that great either. So a 7's a good grade for me. Like I think it's around there. What about you?
No, it's so funny because I agree completely. I would have like it started off. I'm like, oh my god, this is gonna be like a 9,
Yeah.
and then it just like, meh,
It
that
tapered off and
thing
shit.
happening with the zombie outbreak like after the fight, like that was really cool, and that's the. I give it an 8.
An 8? Oh,
Yeah.
you went a little higher than
Yeah,
that.
because it's like, I mean, it was. Yeah, it's substantial. Like, yeah, a little bit of feelings. You know, you need filler. Like, you do. I don't know. I thought
Robert
that was
disagrees.
No,
Cool. That was
no,
enough gore for me
Yeah.
to be satisfied.
This episode abused me.
No, the TV Guide channel abused you.
Well, a combination of the two. But this episode played with my emotions.
Love me, say that you
Started off
love me.
badass, And
Yeah.
it slows way the fuck down. Like it goes 0 to 60 and then goes right back down.
In
to
reverse.
0. And it's like, what the fuck? Oh, you know what? Oh, fuck you. Give me my dick back. Fuck you.
Give
No,
me
but
my
at the end-
But then you hit the guide button and you go, oh shit.
2 hours.
It's a 2-hour episode.
Oh, it's just a tease.
Okay.
Oh, all right. So
Yeah,
we're
yeah,
building
yeah.
something up here.
Yeah.
Okay.
You could have
I'm
it
right
back.
in. Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Have it back.
There you go. Like, I'm-
Detachable
fucking rock hard again.
penis.
and then it abruptly ends. And it's like, what the fuck? What the
That's it.
fuck?
$20 more.
Exactly.
So you got left with a dry dick then, or
A
what?
dry
No,
dick.
that's not the saying. What's
Lip
this?
dick.
Blue balls.
Blue balls.
Blue balls.
I
There
got
you go.
lip dick is what I got now.
Well, that's because you've been
I'm
drinking.
not sure I can get it up for this show anymore.
You're gonna get it up for next week. Relax.
Yeah, they're gonna do Negan stuff, so it's like, well, they should be doing Negan stuff,
I know.
which
so
will
do.
go back to the whole me skipping every other episode.
Yeah, exactly. That's my point.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Like you could have skipped this episode.
Mm.
This episode really
I'm
didn't
glad
carry
I
all
did,
that much
but
weight.
yeah.
Yeah, you really could have.
So
Like they're gonna show what happened in like the previously on The Walking Dead.
exactly, yeah.
And I'm gonna be like, oh shit, that happened. That's cool. Like
So what's your grade? You didn't give it a grade yet.
Oh, yeah. 4.
A four, damn.
Oh damn.
fucking TV Guide channel, man.
Average wise, I don't know what it comes out to, but
Well,
I'm willing
eight-
to bet like around a 7 or 8.
8.74.
It's probably like a
That's like a
6.8, 6.8 or something.
6.8. Where did you get 8 from?
I'm-
You'd be like 5.
I'm throwing a random number out there.
That doesn't make any sense.
But all right,
I'm gonna
Well,
fact check you right now.
tune in next week, where maybe I'll get the name of this episode, maybe I won't. As far as things have gone, I haven't gotten any info on any episode, so it'll probably be the same thing next week. So tune in next week for that shit. Oh, it's a 6.3 on the average grade for us three.
You,
So,
you lowered it down a lot.
yeah, you did. No, for
Well,
this
no,
episode.
between us three.
Yeah, for this episode.
And this show sucked.
All right, guys. See you next time.
Have a good night.